Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about new update, new bugs. So first and foremost, this video is a public service announcement. If you have not updated your game, you're probably better off not updating it right now, especially if you do want to or plan on playing Battlegrounds. Because as in typical Kabam tradition at this point, update breaks the Battlegrounds game mode. And this time around, it's actually extremely unplayable. So what's happening? Basically, the attack tactic doesn't work when you update. That's the main gist of it. So, tech champions that do not remove prowess by themselves in their original kit are kind of worthless now. It's fully operational now, it does not work. So Domino will crit fail you whenever you inflict armor breaks or armor up buffs are gained on your champions, on your tech champions. You will not be removing prowess. And no tech champions gain these furies for attack increase either. The biggest problem here is, well, first of all, who need to talk about making this into a tradition? And I think that it's getting very old very fast, because this is like third or fourth update in a row where Kabam had an issue previous month. Like, this node did not originally work. And then they fixed it within a day or two. And then they forget about it when the update comes, and update breaks it. And this has caused many serious issues over the last 4 or so months. If you guys remember, before, the previous Alliance War season was screwed because of it, because the defensive tactic, Kabam originally gave that massive power gain, and the defensive tactic was unplayable. Then they fixed it. In the mid-season, when the update came, it broke it back up, and the season Alliance War was unplayable. And Kabam had to send out compensation. This has happened like third time in Battlegrounds now, where, again, some nodes do not work upon launch. Kabam fixes it, update comes, and the nodes break again. And this time, since it's very restrictive, hard meta, as is when it works properly, it effectively has made Battlegrounds quite unplayable for people who updated it. And it's not necessarily just because you cannot use your Future Ant-Man or a handful of other champions. Because, there are some tech champions that will work, but for instance, Future Ant-Man is completely worthless now. Except Sam Wilson, Civil Warrior is completely worthless now because they do not remove prowess, they rely on gaining armor buffs to get rid of them. Howard the Duck and a whole bunch of other tech champions that, you use, like Omega Sentinel, for instance, just doesn't work anymore. The biggest problem, however, is the people who do not update have those nodes working for them. And, if you watch my latest stream, this entire situation completely screwed the entire thing, and I genuinely lost most of the matches because of it, or a lot of the matches because of it. There was some AI issues as well. We're going to discuss the AI situation, recovery times, and that stuff tomorrow. But for today, when my opponent drafts, for instance, a Future Ant-Man, I have no idea. It doesn't work for me. I try to use Future Ant-Man, I can do like 25 or 40% of opponent's HP as damage. And my opponent uses Future Ant-Man, and he solos a fight in 60 seconds with 90-some% health left. It's because he hadn't updated. So, now, if you have updated, you're kind of screwed. If you haven't updated, you're probably going to end up winning some matches that you otherwise potentially wouldn't. And the biggest problem is, you don't know, right? Because it's not listed or written anywhere which person has or has not updated. And even if you adjust your deck, you take out Future Ant-Man, stuff like that, you still leave yourself at a disadvantage because you do not have access and use of some of the best champions this meta. Like, these tech champions, for instance, were the only way how to counter, the passive prowess gaining mutants for the most part. All of a sudden, Bishop and whatnot is like almost unkillable. Right, and future Ant-Man in this meta, for instance, is super important because we have hardly any good thing counters. We have hardly any good counters for quite few champions, and future Ant-Man, like, for instance, was one of the MVPs. Now he's taken out. Omega Sentinel doesn't work. This doesn't work. And it is extremely frustrating, disheartening even, because this is the exact type of thing that anybody who has played this game can see coming. And then you're left with the dilemma: update. Do I update the game and enjoy a new champion buff potentially, and everything else that comes with it? Or don't I update the game and kind of play it safe? And you never really know. And it's kind of funny if it wouldn't be so awful, again, because this is something that working at Kabam, I mean, you have to see coming. When stuff like this happens the first time, with the Alliance War, with the Battlegrounds, fair enough. I didn't think about it. But if this stuff happens like 4 months in a row, where they have to do a node fix in the middle of the month and then the update reverts it, I mean, surely somebody, is going to put a post-it note next to the PC thinking, it's like, I better check if the update, doesn't screw with that. And if this is a recurring thing, then, that is the hardest thing that I can't wrap my head around. This type of stuff happened last month before that, and updates coming out today. Somebody should probably be paying attention, I'd say. In any normal company it would be. And the only response we have now is, team is aware of it, looking into this now. Awesome, right? Well, fix it. And as comment forums are pointing out, it does make the game mode quite unplayable for anybody who did update it, because you don't know whether your opponent did or didn't. It is a huge handicap, as Big Blue Ox says. And yeah, so, well, until there is some sort of clarification and confirmation that it's fixed, I'm just not going to play Battlegrounds. Which is, again, quite a sad state of affairs. Bam for you. Bam. So yeah, just remember, if you haven't updated already, probably don't. If you have, stay out of Battlegrounds. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about